In this message, you will learn what life taught you in silence, hidden truths. My beloved, before your birth into this world, long before your lungs took the first breath of air, your soul made a pact. A pact to evolve, to grow, and to awaken. Within that pact, there are many agreements. But some of the most important agreements within that sacred pact are the lessons you will learn and the wisdom you will put into practice. In other words, your soul knows which aspects it needs to work on for spiritual development, and which issues it has pending from past lives. Therefore, in that pact with the universe, your soul decided that it had to learn a series of lessons. And for this reason, life led you down different paths, you encountered different people, situations, places. All of this was perfectly ordered by the universe to give you everything you need to fulfill that sacred pact. This doesn't mean that your destiny is entirely written, but quite the opposite. Your soul, in perfect freedom, decided what it needed to learn. And life has been silently teaching you, showing you those truths you needed to know. You've been deciphering all that information through your experiences, through your lived moments. And you still have the freedom to decide, to choose your path. But you have to know that until you learn a lesson, life will continue to present you with the same situation over and over at the time. From the most significant experiences of your life to the most mundane ones, they come to unlock some truth. Do you remember that job you didn't get? That relationship that failed? That person who lied to you? All of that came to teach you something, to show you a truth that was hidden from your eyes until then. In the midst of pain and disappointment, life was reminding you not to dwell only on the surface, that there's always a reason behind everything. Today, I want to talk to you about some things you may have experienced or may experience in the future, and the reason behind them, the truth the universe wants to reveal to you. Imagine, for example, a situation where a loved one, someone very close to you, betrays you. This is a very tough lesson to learn. Because it might have happened to you that you trusted someone with all your heart, that you dedicated time to that person, that you gave them the best of you, and suddenly you discover that they have betrayed you in the worst possible way. And it doesn't matter if it's a partner, a family member, or a friendship. Betrayal always hurts, but within that pain, there's also a lesson and a truth that your soul wanted to uncover. Your soul needed to learn that you are responsible for what you do, say, and think. But you're not responsible for what others do, say, and think. No matter how good your intentions are, you can never control the behavior of others, nor should you try to. When faced with betrayal, amidst all that pain, you'll have to make a decision. You'll have to decide whether to hold on to that anger and resentment, or if instead you choose to free yourself from that negativity. In other words, you'll have to choose whether to keep dwelling on the harm they caused you, or instead focus on taking care of yourself to recover, to heal the wounds they caused. And depending on the decision you make, life will present you with different paths. Now and before we continue, I invite you to subscribe and share our channel. Your support helps us to create more valuable content for you. Because your soul needs to understand a lesson, the lesson that resentment destroys you, but forgiveness rebuilds you. In other words, your soul wanted to learn for itself that you gain nothing by holding on to resentment, but rather you have to accept that everyone behaves in their own way. And you'll decide how you respond. But you must bear in mind that all energies seek to return to their place of origin. Therefore, what you give, you will receive. And what others give to you, they will also receive. Do you remember that occasion when you didn't get what you wanted? It could be that you wanted a specific job, or to be with a certain person, or that you wanted something badly but all doors closed on you to achieve it. Then you thought you had failed, you thought that what had happened to you was a complete failure. When this happens, what your soul wants you to learn is that what's best for you isn't always what you want. That sometimes your soul knows what's the best path for you, and it guides you along that path even if your mind wants the opposite. Also, with these kinds of experiences, you'll learn that failure as such doesn't exist, but everything is an opportunity to learn and to grow. Thus, when you learn this lesson, you begin to love yourself more, to value yourself, and to truly respect yourself. You stop seeing mistakes as failures and begin to understand the truth that everything is a lesson. When you faced a health challenge yourself or with a loved one, you were immersed in pain, fear, and uncertainty. Every day was a tough battle for you and your loved ones. This is a painful lesson, but your soul will learn through these experiences that change is a part of the universe. That the physical body is temporary, but true love transcends beyond space and time. And so, facing such a tough challenge, you drew out a strength and courage from within you that you didn't even know you had. That experience undoubtedly changed you, transformed you, and your soul unlocked many eternal truths that had remained hidden from you for a long time. Do you remember the time when someone came to seek your advice because they were lost? On more than one occasion, you have been a source of inspiration for others without even realizing it. You have been the light in the darkness for many people. You put into practice all the kindness and love that was within you. And life, through these experiences, taught you the importance of listening. The importance of learning also from the experiences of others, of understanding that each person is unique and that everyone fights their own battles in silence. And then, you realize that listening is much more than simply hearing someone. You realize that listening is being support, comfort, and love for another soul when they need it. Do you remember that moment when you felt so much stress and overwhelmed that you couldn't even speak? When it felt like everything was falling apart and you cried in silence? When you were left alone with only the sound of your tears? It was a very difficult situation, but life taught you the importance of listening to yourself, of not ignoring anything that happens to you or anything you feel. With that experience, your soul needed to understand that you are never alone, that beings of light, angels, and archangels always accompany you. In that moment of desperation, a part of your consciousness and your soul awakened to understand that you had the divine presence within you, that you didn't need to seek happiness outside, but within yourself, in your inner being. That nothing and no one would come to put happiness in your hands, but it is something that has always been within you and that you needed to unlock. And to unlock that happiness, your soul guides you to let go of what harms you, to distance yourself from everything that causes you harm and to only keep what you need and what is good for you. Do you remember that time when you didn't know which decision to make? When some people were telling you one thing, but others were telling you the opposite. And you tried to think over and over about all those things, but your mind was unable to find a solution. Then you looked within yourself, you decided to listen to your heart, and everything changed. You made the right decision because you followed your intuition. You did what resonated in harmony within you. And things turned out well. Maybe they didn't turn out exactly as you expected, but they turned out well. Thus, life taught you that within you lies divine wisdom. That human intelligence alone is not enough, because you are not just a human being. You then understood that you are also a spiritual being. You understood that you are body, soul, mind, and emotions. That you are a divine creation. Life has been silently teaching you all these things because your soul wanted to know them. Your soul needed to unlock all these truths. Therefore, your experiences are not mere coincidences. They are the result of what you have been sowing over time, both in this life and in past lives. They are the result of the lessons you learned and those you didn't. For all these reasons, my beloved, the next time life presents you with a difficult situation, try to see a little further. Try to understand what lesson your soul needs to learn. Because the sooner you learn it, the sooner everything will be resolved. Now I ask you, are you willing to tune your mind to the melody of success and allow prosperity to flow to you? Today, I have left in the description a powerful tool that will help you and bring you closer to your happiness, peace, and tranquility. I invite you to get to know it. Be proactive and open the doors to a future where success and prosperity are your daily reality. Do not underestimate the power of now. The opportunity you have today to change your life will never present itself in the same way again. Act today, go for the description and create the tomorrow you deserve. Blessings forever.